When I dreamt of life outside of the pit, I didn't know what I expected. I hoped for what I could only imagine as true freedom and exhilaration in life. And while we were definitely more free than I had ever experienced, the first few hours after escaping weren't what I imagined. Xander, are you okay? I don't know if they're following us, but we should keep moving. Which way do we go? Do we follow the water? Do we get away from it? Xander, please, I need help. I don't know where we are. You've seen trees before and forests. I can't do this alone. Let's just keep going this way. Xander, come on. While I did get to see the true open world, I didn't feel as free as I had hoped. I was on edge and scared of being followed, struggling to keep Xander safe. He hadn't talked since we left, still in shock from what happened, but we kept moving. That's all I knew to do at the time. I saw so much of the world all at once, and it was simply terrifying. Everything was so big and vast, but it was okay. Because I had Xander. Xander and I traveled together, experiencing the little things we had never seen. Finally, outside of the walls, we searched for somewhere to settle down. After a few days on the run, we finally came upon a small town. We went from house to house trying to get help. Until a woman who lived on the very outskirts took us in and let us stay. This woman was the town's witch, Eleonora. She was well known in the village, both feared and respected for the work she did for its people. I struggled trusting her immediately, but with nowhere else to go, we accepted her invitation inside. She cared for us and exuded a sense of wisdom and kindness that was so foreign to me. I couldn't help but see her as someone who wasn't going to hurt us. We told the story of our wounds, of the fighting rings, and the loss. I did all of the talking for us as Xander was still silent, by my side listening along. After explaining, she prepared a small room for us, and after settling in, I finally felt safer. And was eager to experience everything I had never gotten to see before. I tried so many new things I couldn't even imagine doing before, things I didn't even know existed. I learned I loved animals, caring for them whenever I got the chance. We got to bake and helped fetch supplies for the baker. I even got to practice things like archery, learning to use weaponry in a way that didn't feel desperate or violent. I was uneasy with it all, not believing it was real at first, but I finally accepted the village as a reality, and was eager to earn my place in the town. Xander and I even learned how to read and write together in the town library, keeping journals and doodling in the margins. I tried to catch up on everything I missed growing up. And with every step, Xander came with.
We were braver together.
Xander was meek at first, still silent. But I like to think he warmed up over time.
Everywhere one of us went, the other followed.
The townspeople joked that we were attached at the hip. We were so inseparable. We got to experience everything together. Things like swimming and playing and true affection. We woke up every morning to breakfast and went to sleep every night in warm made beds. Eleonora watched over us fondly, a warmth in her eyes that was so welcome over the cold glares from the guards before. I didn't know what to think of it all. It was overwhelming, realizing just how little I had before then.
There, at the village, I realized that there was a life worth living.
I finally started to feel like a person.
Tara seemed to slip so easily into the town. And while I loved to spend my time with her, to grow with her, I couldn't seem to keep up with her interests in the world around us. I never left her side, and she did all of the speaking for me. I hadn't said a word since we left the pit. Like my voice had been left behind. As much as I wanted to experience this new life with her, all I could think about was the life we'd left behind. The cost of our freedom. We came home early one day to find the witch working on a potion in the kitchen. Tara had taken her books upstairs to our room, but I stayed behind, watching the witch with fascination. I knew she practiced magic, but I'd never seen her work. She smiled at my curiosity and let me follow her into the basement. I stayed up late that night, long after Tara had gone to bed, to watch her work. And the night after that, I found myself there again, and soon it became routine. I was like her shadow, always a step behind her, watching over her shoulder as she brewed potions and enchanted items. I was mesmerized at what the witch could do, She cast spells and read the stars and communed with spirits, magic I never thought possible, as normal as baking dinner. The more time I spent following the witch like a lost dog, the more often Tara went out alone. But it also meant I learned more. Even without my voice, I think the witch knew how captivated I was with her magic, the power she held to shape the world around her. It seemed there was nothing she couldn't do. She encouraged my curiosity and began to leave her books out for me, and I would pour myself over them by candlelight. It was through this love for magic that I finally started to see life again. The world started to have color again. Everything was so big and so new and unbelievably beautiful. I started to go outside with Tara again just to see the world. The feeling of grass, of wind, of rain, they were things I had never felt before, and now I could feel the magic they held. And the sky, it was so vast, so blue. In the spring, Tara and I would go out to the fields to watch the magic of the sunrise that painted the sky. It was there in those fields that, for the first time, I recognized how things had changed. The colors of the sky, the blooming of the flowers, and us. Everywhere I looked, I saw life. It's like I blinked and we were no longer these kids hiding in the pit. We were living a normal life, a beautiful life. And Tara had transformed into something I didn't recognize. She was smiling. A butterfly.
Yeah, that's what the witch told me these are called. Butterflies.
No, I mean, you. We were in the dark for so long, nothing ever changed. But now, with the sunlight and the sky and the grass, I hardly recognize you anymore. You're changing.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It really seemed like things were getting better. Like maybe we could have something normal here. Something happy. But with my voice returned, I was able to start asking questions, and the witch decided it was time for me to step into the world of magic. When she first took me to the library, I never could have imagined what she'd show me. There were so many types of magic. It was so much more than just potions and books. There were types of magic I could have never even dreamed of. I never could have imagined where it would lead.
There are many types of magic. You have seen only my strengths, but there is a world to explore. Nature, potions, spells, spirits, an endless number of things. You have a gift, child. It's up to you to feed that flame.
What is this?
The runestones, an ancient and powerful language imbued with magic. Runes are an old magic, capable of communing with the gods and spirits. They can be created and combined for protection, guidance, wisdom. They open many doors. Not everyone can harness their power, though.
No matter how hard the runes were, I was determined to learn them. I spent my life in that library. For years, I worked under the witch, helping her in her practice by day and fervently studying my own by night. I soon learned to read the runes. Then to write them. Then to harness their powers. I learned of ancient magics darker and more powerful than I could understand. I learned of the gods, the afterlife, and began to dream of a bridge I could use to cross between them. Magic had taught me that nothing in this world is random, that a careful balance is kept between all things living and dead. I had never forgotten the debt I owed, the life that had been sacrificed so mine could be spared. And now, with this magic, I could fix it. I was thrilled to finally tell the ones who taught me that these runes were the key to everything. You won't believe what I learned.
Go on.
The runes I learned, I can combine them into even stronger bind runes. With this, I think I finally figured it out. By combining the life and death runes with the pathway runes, I could create a bridge between this world and the afterlife. I can go there, find Silas, and bring him back to life.
Silas?
Yes, our friend from the pit, the one that we told you about. He sacrificed his life for mine, but this could fix everything. It could bring him back.
What the hell?
Enough. Xander, there will be none of that in my house. You have no idea what you're working with. I forbid you from looking into it further.
What? Why not? This could be my chance to see him again, to make things right.
The realm of the dead is not for the living. What is there is meant to stay there. Travel between the two is not possible.
But you taught me to push boundaries, that magic is about balance. What's the point of teaching me magic if I can't use it when it matters? Are you telling me that your reason for not trying is that I might fail?
When the price of failing is your life, yes. This is not up for discussion, Xander. This is not a boundary meant to be pushed. That is final.
So, do you actually think you can get Silas back?
You haven't seen it. I know it sounds crazy, trust me, I thought so too, but this magic, Tara, it's so powerful, and there's still so much I don't know. I could make this right, I know it.
I guess I'm just worried about you. Magic doesn't make sense. It's not meant for me. It scares me.
You have so many things you are trying and learning that you're good at, but this magic is the first thing here that makes sense to me. It's what I'm supposed to do. I can just feel it.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't want you to do anything stupid, especially after a literal warning.
I know, but this isn't something I can just give up on.
Why does this matter so much to you anyways? I'm sad about Silas too, but we expected death to happen. It's what we know. What's different now?
Because it's not fair. Silas was good. He deserved better than dying in that dark hole. He deserves to be out here, seeing the world, not me.
That's not true. He isn't any more deserving of freedom than either of us. Especially not you. He wasn't this perfect person you remember him being.
He was better than I was. Brave, strong.
Yeah, he was real brave. He was the only fighter in there better than me. He hurt more kids than anyone else there.
We all hurt people. We didn't have a choice. That didn't make us bad. He still didn't deserve to die.
You never gave me a scar.
He did that?
Who else would have been good enough to land a hit on my face?
You gave me mine.
That's my point. He didn't deserve to live any more than we did.
But he didn't deserve it any less. We have this second chance now because of him. If I can just get this right, then he would get to experience everything with us. How could I ignore that? I owe him my life, and now I just have to find a way to pay that back. I just have to find the right rune.
We're still in this together, though, right? Us?
Of course. Tara, why wouldn't we be?
Just don't do something drastic without talking to me. We can figure something else out that isn't so...
Stupid?
I just really want this to be a fresh start. We can be happy here. Take what happened with him and try to move forward. Just live. But I'm scared that something might happen that will... You know what? Never mind. Just, please, promise we'll always be together, like we always said.
Tara, nothing's changed. But if something happens, I don't want...
Please, Xander.
Okay. I promise.